Hello, love wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Start off with the biggest news of the week. The RADz lost! If you got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey!
The man with the finest beard on this screen.
Canadian men, boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Hello, everyone. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. Y'all know what that means.
What does that mean, JPJ? Tell them what it means.
It's another episode of Between Two Beards. We have ourselves a round table this evening. We have ourselves a RADz table, if you would like to put it that way. We have members of the RADz. This is requested by them. T.Y. Jackson, T.Y. last week, and Judge Ben threw a video at us last week as well. They demanding
to come on.
You're saying demanding. I'm going to use requesting, but yes.
But I will say this.
Wanted the time. They're going to get the time.
We have the hard hour again because we have a stacked Quizplex with Little Bean Kathleen, Matt Viviani from Casanova Productions, and the returning Quizplex champ. They are Jack Pride, the man of two minds. That'll be fun. And then right after that, we got ROH Reacts with Kyle Sparks and Robert D. Felice.
Triple header tonight on Love Wrestling.
But we're starting off strong with this, and I will say this.
We are. Yeah,
I am a professional. I have always been nice to our scheduled guests. When they are scheduled to appear, I will treat them with the utmost respect. So this will be no different.
Yes, and we're going to bring them on here momentarily. And we also, we all saw what happened. I'm sure we're going to get into it with Wrestlers Court.
Lawrence, we might need you to pop in.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah. He's saying he doesn't know how he feels about it. It's time of week, the best beard. That is true, even though Pluggo has a very, very small beard currently.
It's coming back.
Saying this is going to be good. It's Dustin saying it's the RADz are here. Might as well.
Full shoot. T.Y. Jackson just said that in the private chat that short-bearded Pluggo is scary. So
all right, well, maybe.
Yeah.
we got this guy now.
Yeah, you put me here by myself.
No, I got T.Y.
You're
I was waiting.
Stop talking. T.Y., touch my tip. Only you.
What's up,
Only you. Only you, baby.
You guys aren't touching. JPJ, touch my tip.
What?
I'll leave.
Hey,
I'll
look,
leave.
we're doing it.
Well, listen.
It's a crime against humanity.
Yeah.
Olive branch.
We're gonna have ourselves a round table.
Yes, Ophelia. These were
very rare between.
Very rare. I think, if I'm not mistaken,
they should. Damn it.
This might be the only Between Two Beards hoodie in existence.
Possible.
That's how short-lived it was.
I have one somewhere. Anyway, you gentlemen requested this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about it a little bit. T.Y., Rich, and then Larry popped in later. But you guys were on our show last week. We talked about what happened at Wrestlers Court and, the stuff that came out with that and the court mandated face turn and things of that nature. So I'm expecting, some professionalism this evening on all sides.
Legally bound.
Yeah. Okay.
How has that been going, by the way?
Yeah. How are we doing this week? I know TY, you were obviously very down in the dumps last week. Week has passed. Are we in brighter spirits? We still how are we doing over there?
I don't know. It's tough because on one hand, this is court mandated, so stuff that we're forced to do, but on the other hand, you can't help the urges come out sometimes, and you just, but I've been fighting it. It's been hard, but you know what? It's a learning experience. Okay. At least on my end. What about you, Ben? Yeah. How are you feeling?
Yeah. I wanted to ask Ben, we haven't heard, let us know.
Yeah. I've actually kept myself off of this show because every time I get on here, Pluggo and I just get into it. And I realized that despite all the hold on, Rich, touch my tip, baby. How's it going?
Good. Sorry, guys. I wasn't sure if I was going to show up or not.
Yeah, that's fair. I get that. What was I saying? Long story short, let's cut it down. No, I'm not really all that happy about what happened, but the court has spoken. Great God, Big Bad Boris has decided our fate. And there's not really much I can do about it, judge or not. I can't really change the past,
Yeah.
Look towards the future.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And I must say, you're all looking very well today. You look good. You seem in okay spirits. So I'm glad you're here. This is nice. We're gonna get there, boys. We're gonna get there.
Who said that on Love Wrestling? Is that Spencer or is that Zach?
That's Spencer.
I saw that.
That's Spencer for sure. That is Spencer. And usually, you can Dustin saying that you can tell that Rich is struggling with having to be nice.
I assume Larry is late because he's catching up on the Transformers that just dropped on digital today. Yeah. Good for them.
Larry's in Vegas, baby.
Is he? Well, I mean, it looks like.
Oh, they're all here.
Coming in hot with a big smile. Let's go.
He is. He always comes in with a smile. Even when
Larry, touch my tip. Touch it.
Back that up.
Touch it. You too, Larry, with your bad Wi-Fi. Touch it. There you go. Not you.
Wow, Plugger, did you try to do that?
I mean,
I'm trying to.
Can we have some decorum?
I mean, please do not do that.
I'm trying to be one of. I'm just trying
actually, I lied to you guys.
We're supposed to get along.
Zach. It wasn't Spencer. It was Zach. It's usually Spencer behind the glass. Pay no attention to the man behind the
consent's cool, Pluggo. Start now.
Hey, you guys are the ones putting your tips out on my show, so
you're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I guess obviously, there's been a history here between us and you gentlemen, specifically Pluggo. Pluggo seems to get the brunt of the, you guys, so you guys asked for this time, a round table, so I figured we'll let you guys lead. Like what is the purpose and what are we trying to accomplish here? We're trying to put bygones, whatever the saying is. We're kind of trying to let bygones be bygones, and we're going to try to move forward here as, is that what we're aiming for?
Are we making lemons out of lemonade?
I'll take the lead here. So, I mean, if you've watched the Restless Court video, you saw that not only did we get a court-mandated face turn, but we actually must apologize to the entire Love Wrestling locker room / roster. And community. Yeah. We haven't got to that yet, but we figured we might as well have this roundtable to have a discussion with you two. More specifically, Pluggo, because he might be our biggest enemy on the Love Wrestling Network.
I don't think
it's JPJ's our boy, so
I don't think there's a mic there. I think,
but we thought, what, might as well have this discussion. I guess is a good way to kick off our apology tour or whatever the hell we have to do. So,
yeah, we're starting at the bottom and working our way up, essentially.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
And admittedly, Pluggo, you've been. Without question, my biggest enemy other than Thaddeus Archer over the last few months. And I figure if I have to reestablish who I am and try and be better or BFEs, I have to start with the only enemy I can actually face right now, because I cannot deal with Thaddeus Archer. I'll kill that man. I'll do it. I said it. But I have to start with you, man. So that's why we're starting this today. We gotta hash this bad boy out.
Yeah, we could do that.
We just to be honest and forthcoming, we have our attorney. He is here. He's behind the scenes. So if you guys do
kill Thaddeus,
no, you're good. You're good. You can talk about anybody else you want. But if we are, hey,
you're trying to blindside us here.
No,
it's messed up.
No,
we came here in peace.
Goodwill.
Listen, I wouldn't have agreed to have this if I wasn't going to try to make some ground here.
Yeah. So we're doing this. It's all in jest. We're all being equal here. He is the Love Wrestling appointed attorney. He is just here to make sure that you guys stay on the level.
Oh, he's the one that sued us for all that money.
Yes.
Yes. That was a long time ago. We're over that bridge.
That was like 2 LPW.
Well, we're not. We're accepting.
We have a super chat from the El Presidente of the.
We do. The president of the RADz fan club, as he said, he demands Pluggo apologize for his false testimony. He clearly lied.
Oh, I get this.
As Pluggo's attorney, I will say he neither lied. He only speaks truth.
Lawrence, hi.
And I find that unfair and quite slanderous. But we appreciate the super chat. But again, don't slander Pluggo. We are here as peace talks.
How did you invite this guy?
Why is
I thought we were making good ground here.
We were.
Yes.
I wasn't going to say we'd be friends. But we could be acquaintances.
Are we all going to get matching tattoos after this?
No.
I mean,
yikes.
If we're being honest here, I would just like to get to a point in our relationship where I can pick you guys in LPW matches, but out of like respect for you and not just strictly out of spite. I pick against you now out of spite.
You've always picked against us.
I would like to start picking for you in certain scenarios, but it's hard when in the back of my head while I'm writing things down, I'm hearing I should stay in my own country and how I'm the second worst screamer of all time.
That was
where's the lie?
Statement or something.
What part of that was a lie? You tell me. I'm just asking a genuine question.
Wow, Warren. Wow, Warren.
Wow, Mr. Warren Hayes getting in on it.
That's a heel turn.
Jeez.
Warren.
The RADz have to be nice, so Warren is like, you know what? Sliding right in. Okay. Well, I want to go on the record that I have picked you gentlemen to win.
Yep. It's noted, JPJ.
That's no question. Respectfully, JPJ, there's no question in it though. Like consider who's in this match, and I get that MRB is involved and that you've got Stephen Crow and all of 7, but these 3 that I represent are not only the most underrated guys on the roster, but like it's undeniable that it's their time to take over that match. Like one of these 3 is gonna win, and it doesn't matter who wins. That's a win for the RADz, baby.
I feel like we have a picture of Larry here. Like that's not a real Larry.
You don't think that's real?
Larry, how was Transformers? It came out on digital yesterday. Did you pick it up? Did you get it?
Did it? I've been sleeping like 2 days straight, so.
All right, fair. That sounds like a hell of a time to me. I could use that.
Big Ben Ortman's in the house saying so much hog on the screen it could kill
Vegas.
Thank you, brother.
Viva Las Larry, baby. Viva Las Larry.
Vegas beat the shit out of me, so.
Let's go.
Hi, Mrs. Pluggo. Hi, Mrs. Pluggo.
Hi, Mrs.
Mrs. Pluggo is in the building.
The first lady
is in the building saying hello.
You can touch tips with us.
She's here. She should be allowed. She is the first lady of the Between Two Beers.
She is a saint. She puts up with me.
This face turn is actually quite hard because I have a million things I want to burn you with, Pluggo, and I can't say any of them. This kind of sucks.
Yeah, what's my life?
I'm always down for some lighthearted razzing, Ben. I'm not opposed to it.
No.
The truth.
I don't want you to fall down that slippery slope.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
want.
All right, hold on.
You guys have guest appearance. So do we, baby.
Now we're in trouble.
Oh, let's go!
What is this?
5, baby. There's 5 rats. Baby.
They're all here.
Touch my
They
tip.
They all are all here.
Didn't Mitch
Larry's
kill
little
it?
slow.
Larry's frozen, but he meant
Larry's slow. Larry's got a little bit of a delay, but he's fine.
That's
Larry's
normal
just
life,
slowing
baby.
There he goes. He's doing it now.
Yeah.
He's doing it now.
There you go.
Brian, if she's
doing it
if
now.
she's Team Rads tonight, she's sleeping on the couch. Well, I'm Team Rads tonight.
You know
What's up, boys?
For
How
her
are
birthday,
you?
Need to get her a nice pink rad shirt.
You know, we could do.
Larry's
We could
delay
do.
time right now is so extreme. He's just getting that tip touch.
Yeah. It's incredible.
That
Really.
Vegas Wi-Fi.
That's too many. That's too many. I
Mrs.
respect.
Pluggo is Team 7.
I think I paid my bill. I don't know.
How you guys feel about Christmas trees? How many Christmas trees is too many Christmas trees?
I don't know, but I see a 7 in that, and I don't want to answer that.
Love it.
Oh, fair.
I think you're allowed as many Christmas trees as like you have big like areas in the house. You know what I mean? So if you have like a bonus room and like a living room, you can have one for each. But you can't have 7.
We have someone disagreeing. We have someone
You get
disagreeing.
2 at most.
I think you
Two
can have
at most. You think
Two at
two
most.
mini Christmas trees, but
What
you
about the
need
minis?
one
The
main
downstairs?
one.
One downstairs.
We have 7.
You get
Yeah,
one
Pluggo-
main one
Pluggo
and then
and
a
his
bunch
wife
of
have
little
7.
ones.
7?
Santa will get
It's
confused.
not because of.
Santa will get
Yeah, it's
confused.
not because of that. We
I don't think
legit.
there's anything to do
There's
with
a
that. I think
legitimate-
it's separate.
There's a legit 7 Christmas trees in my home.
Why?
7.
At the
7
moment?
trees.
Why?
Maybe there will
Why?
be 8 if we find a good deal on an 8th one pretty soon. But yeah, Mrs. Pluggo loves Christmas trees,
Throw
so
that-
we have
Throw
7.
one out.
Are they
Donate
up
one.
right now?
This
No,
is your
they're not
heel
up right
turn
now.
right now, Pluggo.
I feel like you are
I've been
very
on
much a
this-
July person.
I'm not. We would be, but that is a little excessive.
So
But
where are
No,
you
him
on
and
the
I had arguments when there were 4.
I am on the you look like I look like happy wife, happy life. You never tell Mrs. Pluggo no, because look at me. Come on. She wants
But
8
just imagine she wasn't listening. And it was just us, the boys, us boys all hanging out, all friendly.
We're hanging. Yes. Ooh, I like that.
friendly.
I would still be okay with it because it doesn't necessarily bother me at all. I like Christmas trees. If it looks good, I'm down.
Yes, if you get all that wrestling stuff behind you, she has to get something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
See, yeah. So like there, it's give and take. That's how you compromise. That's how you build a meaningful, long-lasting relationship. Rich,
So you just let her walk all over you. To make
Wait,
it
hold
work.
on. I gotta cut in here. Mitch, does your undername say between 2 beards is bias?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. I just wanted to check.
Yeah, that's
Say
correct.
We're not biased. Did you kill a man?
You don't have to answer that.
hey.
You don't have to answer
Those
that.
two,
First of all,
Match
those
that
two
makes
things are
we
not
can't talk
related.
about
Did you
that.
kill that man?
But is he
Our
okay?
lawyer's
Thank
not
you,
here.
counsel here.
Yeah. See, look, she said they're not up yet, but do not tempt her with a good time.
I bet
Nothing
you can't
like
put
a
them up
good
right
July
now,
tree.
Mrs. Pluggo. Bet you
Do
can.
a nice July tree. It's got to be like
I mean,
a 1st of July
People
tree.
do sell. Yeah, people do really actually celebrate Christmas in July.
Yeah, it's
So,
halfway
I
through.
Sociopaths?
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're trying here. How did the Rads even become a thing? How did that start? How did you boys come together to start this faction? Who has been a very important part of LPW history since day one?
We can hear Larry now. I think we couldn't hear Larry for a
Hold
while,
on, I
but
want to
now we
see
can hear.
Larry. Answer the question. Let's just see how the results
About
come
the
out.
tree.
Do we want to wait to see how long the delay actually is?
Not the tree, just the how did the
hi,
reds
Lawrence.
form? Larry, give her. Let's see what you say.
We lost our lawyer.
I have to tell the story.
Yeah, with your bad Wi-Fi, you do.
Oh God! At least it will censor stuff. All the wrong stuff.
This is the worst show you guys have had yet.
It's us. We got the hour. We got the hour. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This one's for us. This one's for
Everyone,
us. We're
shut
doing
up and let Larry try and explain the story. I want to see if he can handle it.
I think
Everybody-
he's been telling us
Everybody in the chat saying, blink if you're okay. Blink if you're okay.
Yeah. Everyone
Okay.
in the chat. Blink
So-
if you're okay.
That's gonna sound really good on the audio. Blink if you're okay.
Larry,
Okay,
are you
so
saying
basically-
something?
Am I that delayed?
You're delayed.
Okay, Larry, I love you, but we're going to tag you out here.
Am I that delayed?
You just
I'll lay down the foundation.
You look great. You look great.
We'll lay down the foundation here.
Yeah.
We'll lay down the foundation here. So we were all part of a promotion here in Edmonton called MPW. It's where we all kind of got our start, all got trained. And really what happened was we were coming up together. There was lots of opportunity as the promotion kind of tried to expand into a couple different towns. So the kind of like OG trip was me, Mitch, and Larry going to Lloyd Minister for a show, which is just 3 hours away from Edmonton, 3 or 4, 2, whatever. Time doesn't matter in the RADz math style. But really what it turned into was just like on the way home, me and Mitch just absolutely roasting Larry the whole ride and just having the time of our lives as Larry's losing his mind in his little beater car that you see on Tales from the Underside all the time, the RADztable, baby. And this is during like a thunderstorm. So not only are we razzing this guy, but he's borderline ready to drive off the road because of these lightning strikes. He's getting so mad. There's somebody like driving 1 kilometer below the speed limit. He's just raging out and getting mad. And here we are just laughing our asses off, having the time of our life. And really, after that moment, his Wi-Fi dropped. He's still lost in the thunderstorm, baby.
Backwoods, Nevada.
But when we came back from that trip, we actually we connected, we bonded. It's not like we hadn't really hung out during practices or anything. You know, like relatively athletic people, similar age, similar interests. We all kind of attracted towards each other. There we go. He's back. Then the next trip we did was to, I think it was Hinton.
Yeah.
So it was Hinton with me, Mitch, Ben. Larry wasn't there that time, but
Jimmy Zero.
We had another guy named Jimmy Zero. T.Y., you're shaking your head. Did I miss something there?
No, I was just gonna say I wasn't on that Hinton trip because you guys didn't like me then. But anyways, keep going.
So T.Y. wasn't rad quite yet. T.Y. wasn't quite rad. So T.Y.'s a little younger than us, and he says a lot of weird stuff that we don't understand as older individuals. Yeah. Now we've come to appreciate it because he keeps us young and in the loop with everything. Hip, as the kids call it, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mitch is disagreeing. But,
T.Y. is very hip.
He's something all right. Thank you. So anyways, on this Hinton trip, we're once again having a great time. We're just chatting away about a bunch of stuff that I have no idea about it. But so essentially, Ben is feeling like this awful human being for a lot of the things I was saying. Ben, maybe you can take it from here. Tag out.
Yeah, so it's important to know for this trip, we're talking the Hinton one still, right?
Yeah.
So I brought Jimmy Zero, who was a friend of mine at the time, on this trip. It was like his first trip for wrestling too. Probably been in the business like less than 3 months. And I was like, it's going to be fine. Everything's going to be great. And I've been on a couple trips with different people before thinking like, whatever, just going to be a show on the road. No. So, these guys are evil individuals. They're just evil. Like that's it. And I love you, but just evil individuals. And Cordell, kayfabe, Jimmy Zero, he could not handle it. He could not handle that trip, but I think it brought the three of us way closer together because they discovered I'm awful too.
That brought Ben into the fold. It's not like, again, Ben was always hovering around and he was like very friendly with everybody. I think Larry and Ben were super close. Ben and Mitch were very close.
We used to ride together to another promotion in Red Deer all the time.
Yeah, and that was like the first time we kind of really had more direct impact. So that kind of brought Ben into the fold. And then it was another trip to Lloydminster where T.Y. jumped in. I think Mitch, you can tell this part of the story because you kind of brought T.Y. in.
I don't remember this.
Oh, okay.
I thought T.Y. came in when we went to Saskatchewan. So.
You're talking the PPW one?
Yeah.
That actually might have been it. Because then we did a Lloyd trip and he jumped in, and I was like, why is he jumping in?
Wow.
One of us.
So we did a show in PPW, and it was like myself, Ben, TY, and another wrestler, and we were driving up, and we drove back. So it's like a 6-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
And right after the show, we left. And so to keep himself up, Ben is just crushing Bang energy drinks, and he doesn't drink normal energy drink. And he's like it's when Bang first came up here, and he's overtired, overstimulated with caffeine. I have a Rey Mysterio mask in the back, and he's like throwing it on.
That shit was on my head. Yeah. I was annoying the shit out of TY with that.
He was one with the mask, and he's like doing elbow drops in my car as we're driving back on TY. TY became one of us, and then and then the next we went to Lloyd, and that was kind of like full formation of the RADz.
Yeah, we ended up that was the first time me and TY kind of had a little bit more one-on-one interaction, and then it's been history ever since, baby. Now,
or as TY would say, sheesh, according to Dustin here. See, there it is. There it is. And then we got Darnell in the house saying, "Oh no, the RADz."
No, this is
good. This is good,
yeah,
friend.
This
I
would say this is
what I want to see.
That was very cool. That was kind of a story. I like everyone had everyone.
And Ophelia saying TY's the people's champion.
He is. He should be champion. There's no question.
But
so Stuart Garvey,
just to kind of put a signature on kind of the RADz side of things. It was really kind of the decision we had once we kind of reached a point in the promotion we were with MPW where we kind of saw the ceiling that we were at, and we wanted to kind of start kind of pushing out and breaking out to make a bigger name for ourselves, both individually and together, is really when kind of we came together as a team. It was almost like a pack mentality. It's us versus the world kind of idea, and I think some of that very much resonates still to this day. Sometimes the things we come up with in our own group may be true. It may be stuff we came up with ourselves to motivate each other. But we really do our best to kind of keep each other grounded, keep each other pushing, and that's really the RADz becoming a cohesive unit. And I love these chats.
I had to look down. He does kind of. Are you okay, Larry?
Are you taking a shit, Larry?
We do have somebody asking if he's squatting. So
no, I'm sitting on a bench.
All right. We just wanted to make sure. Somebody was asking if you were squatting. So, so TY, if I can throw a question your way, obviously you came into the fold after everyone else. We just lost Mitch as well. It's all right. It's all right. How did you feel about these gentlemen before, you kind of started hitting them on the road a little bit? And then was it weird at first? Were you did you feel like you fit in right away and everything was smooth from the jump? Or was it like Rich is laughing? So I'm assuming there's stories here, I guess, whether it's safe for the air, who knows? But how did it feel, kind of joining the group kind of after they had already established them like a little bit of their group?
Yeah, well, I think once they started doing LPW stuff, I think the RADz was already kind of established outside of wrestling. We were already kind of friends. So at that point there wasn't any tension. But I think initially, I think Rich already mentioned, I think there is an age difference between me and the rest of the RADz. So I don't think they kind of took a liking to me initially, only because I was, I guess, annoying. I mean, I was 17 years old. I was annoying, just making internet references.
But boomer, I think all day, every day.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, especially pandemic time.
We had to make a separate group chat at one point.
Oh wow!
For 2 days.
Wow.
For 2 days.
I actually learned that recently too. That they made a separate group chat without me.
You learned that way after they did that.
Oh yeah, it was. I cried about it, but
wow.
I think once they joined. Yeah, that's fair. I think once they started doing their thing at LPW though, I mean, I wasn't part of it initially, but it was cool to kind of see them actually put this group into fruition, because we've been talking about it for a year or so, and even though I wasn't part of it, it was cool to see them laying the groundwork down, and I knew it was inevitable that I was going to be part of it. It was just depending on all timing and stuff. But it was cool to see them kind of set the foundation for the group. And me and Rich were doing stuff other places as well too, kind of working on the dynamics of the group and how dumb and how stupid we would be, you know, in the ring and stuff. So I wasn't there, but I was there in spirit. So
nice.
And you were there on the undercard, so yeah, you were there.
I infiltrated the undercard, so
yeah. So, all right. Rock and roll.
Appointment viewing, Tales from the Undercard.
Oh,
you should
for sure.
follow it on YouTube, friend.
I think it was another thing too that like why we're so close is because when we were coming up in MPW, we all worked with each other. We all faced each other in matches. We've had like a million matches in tons of different small little podunk towns all over Alberta. You know, me and TY, we were having a feud before we left MPW. You know, Larry and Mitch had one of the best feuds going into the pandemic, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, even you and Larry throughout Western Canada have fought
CWE,
against each other and tagged at CWE, right?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of dynamics within this group inside the wrestling ring that really resonates into why this group has worked so well, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinion, I hope. But that's one of the big reasons this dynamic really works, because it is natural. We're not putting on an act. This is us.
No, it's real, man. It's real.
Yeah, and you can tell. You can tell. And
like we hang out like at my house or other places. Like we do movie nights and we do like real things, like where we do like everyone brings food and we all hang out and everyone pets my dog and then we watch horror movies and no one pays attention because we're all talking.
Yeah. I mean, the beautiful thing about that RADz Giving episode is like it kind of like that was it. Like that's what that day was. This is pretty much what that video was. Like it's legit.
So that's a great transition. Well, I got a couple basketball things but anyway, Dustin said, "How did Tales from the Undercard get it started? Was that why? Because you guys were just hanging out and you're like, we should record this."
Nah, Rich King wanted to make some promos, and then we all got roped into it, and then now we do it weekly. That's the summary.
Hey, man. Speaking of basketball, you basketball fans, if you're not playing Crossover Grid, you're missing out. It's so much fun.
Basketball?
It's a basketball grid where it's awesome. I'll send it to you.
Oh, it's like Puck Doku that they're doing up here in Canada. Where
yeah.
It's like a team, another team, and then you pick
okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
Right? Yeah.
But
yeah, so Tales from the Undercard. Since Ben just skimmed over everything, I'll kind of put down a little bit more of that because that's such a big part of what we do as the RADz. But really, like Ben said, it just started as a different way of doing promos. You know, all these promoters are asking, like, get your promos in, and you have to do it. They just tell you over and over again. And it's just like, it's the same promo you see every time. It's like, oh, I'm coming. It's like people in Weyburn, Saskatchewan doesn't know who Rich King is, right? So for me to just sit there and do like, I'm coming for the title and blah, 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 it just doesn't mean anything. So to me, I was always interested in a lot of the entertainment aspects of the Attitude Era, just the outlandish stuff. So it's all started just kind of coming up with different ways to do a promo. And then there was one night where TY was going up against Fandango, Dirty Dango. And the night before or 2 nights before, something, he either hurt himself or something happened where it was no longer going to be TY by himself, but now it was going to be a tag match. TY graciously pitched my name into the equation, so we had a little tag match with it. And then I was like, hey, you know what? Like, why don't we fit this into the promo? And we did it, and it's just like, let's do this asinine stuff. And it just worked. So it's like, there was a couple more promos I did by myself, but that was kind of, as we went, we started doing more and more ridiculous stuff in this promotion that we're with, Real Canadian Wrestling. And as we went, we ended up getting like the tag team titles. We ended up doing our variation of Twin Magic. We ended up doing like a birthday celebration. The night I separated my shoulder, we did a championship appreciation ceremony, all of which you can find on Tales from the Undercard on YouTube. Season 1 is very, very gritty, very, very bad, but it's kind of evolved from there. It's crazy to think about because it was only a year and a half ago that we really started doing this stuff. So it's like you go back and look at it, and it's like we're all infants. So it just became something that at every show it was like, okay, let's get these clips, let's do these things, let's express our creative idea, let's get our characters out there so people can actually see who we are rather than just appear at a town show and there's no context to anything we do. When we show up and we, touch our fingers together and say we're touching tips, we don't want people to give us a funny look. They're like, oh, we get it now.
Yeah. And I think that makes sense because when you talk about like independent wrestling, at least the independent wrestling that I've gone to, I live in the Northeast of the United States. There's usually not a ton of stories that are happening in independent wrestling. There might be one for the main title in that promotion. They'll have a story behind that match that you're going to see, but the rest of the matches are just the performers, the wrestlers going out there and just having good matches. You know what I mean? So I think doing something like Tales from the Undercard, it made not only is it original, but it made you guys stand out and it gave you that character piece that, like you said, you go to a show and you might be the second, third, fourth match on the show. You're coming out and people are going to watch you wrestle, but they don't know maybe what you're about. You know what I mean?
Well, exactly.
Or who you are.
Exactly. So it's been kind of a goal, I think, for everybody here. It doesn't matter where you put us on the card. We're probably going to have one of the most memorable and entertaining matches of the night. So it's like, Mr. Mitch, Mr. Main Event down there is usually in the main event. But even if he's not, people are going to remember that thumb cutter human being.
But you're next.
So it's like if we can go in there and we have no problem eating proverbial shit, if you will, for the benefit of the entertainment of the group or the crowd, and we know our placement on the card, so it's just let's have as much fun with it as possible. But I'm going to take the role of interviewer for a second because we have this platform, but I want to know what everybody here considers their favorite Tales from the Undercard episode, because I think that's a good question.
While they think about that, I think we should pay some bills really quick because we only have the hard hour. We got to pay some bills.
Bro, Pluggo, you got to warn me, man.
You should know this. For 36 minutes, I'm trying to be professional.
Bro, hey. I know. I got to load it up.
37 minutes.
My personal trainer, Rich Hill, owner of RK Athletics, says you can skip over his.
Oh, there you go.
He's in the house. He could just plug it himself.
Good.
Well, at the end of the show, I was going to give him the floor to plug his own.
This is called Rich King. Different people.
Different people.
Forget that.
Let's go ahead, JPJ. If you got it pulled up, let's do that sexy voiceover that you do. You don't?
No.
What do you do? We're not gonna pay the bills.
My computer's waiting, bro. It takes time.
It takes time.
All right.
So our favorite Tales from the Undercard, or everybody's gonna go? Everybody. Okay. Who wants to start? Larry, are you okay to answer?
Hey, I hate going first. So
wow. Look at that Wi-Fi working perfect.
It's because he always wants to pick the same one as me.
I'll go. I have a top two in my. I really love RADz Giving because it's a true representation kind of how we act as idiots and have fun. But I really enjoyed the Clark Family Dungeon. That one was a lot of fun. It made my wife question our sanity. Making it was obnoxious and hilarious. And then Don't Want to Work Tonight is another one of favorite because I flip a promoter's tit.
You did.
Larry's choking.
I think RADz Giving was the first one I saw.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to.
But my favorite was the one where Larry's passed out and Ben walks up, and I think you guys are in it looks like a bus stop to me, or like an airport or something, and you're just like, "What the fuck is this? We have to go to this Pluggo bullshit again." Like you guys were just mad at me, but you're like, JPJ.
I like all the ones that. Yeah, I like all the ones that you guys
I got some glasses still.
Those are my favorites.
Well,
but
if I'm being partial,
I like the one.
Or the one where you made TY sleep in the truck.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, I like that.
Let's just get in the back of the truck.
I mean, if I can be biased, I mean, I was on the last one, like physically on it, so that is a favorite of mine because that I was on it. So even though I know it didn't end well for you gents, but I was on it. Well, Mitch seemed all right. Mitch seemed like he was having an all right time. So
Mitch seemed
But the other individual did not.
No, I can't imagine.
We were say what's up to Blair, who said he finally got 9 out of 9 on Padoku today. Good for him.
Puckdoku.
But I wouldn't be able to.
We have Ryan in the chat saying that RADzgiving is what he watched to help start his Rads fandom.
Oh, amazing!
Now he's your biggest fan.
He really is. He gives Pluggo as much crap. I guess he's probably the only one that truly can give Pluggo crap anymore because of how things went down. So,
well, I mean, yeah, that's fair. I'm scrolling through YouTube right now, looking at all the videos, and I'm like, oh, this one's my favorite, but then this one's my favorite. Like Saskatchewan Lee's Hunt is probably one of my favorites that we filmed. That one was fun. But also like the pyro in the Rads room is another one of my favorites because I filmed a couple of those sections over like a week or two at different shows, like tracking down people to try and get answers. That was a fun one to film as well.
I like that. Anybody else still have to go?
I'm going to answer. I just didn't know if you guys want to pay some bills or not, but I guess you guys don't care about.
No, I can't after this. We might as well start it, so we might as well go all the way.
All right. Mine is an unconventional one because I think all the ones that the guys mentioned are up there, but I think the outtakes episode is actually my favorite because I'm a huge fan of outtakes, and I'm just a big fan of us like messing up or like saying something wrong, and I'm like in 90% of them because I am horrible when it comes to that stuff. Like it takes me at least like 4 or 5 takes. So
break often.
Yeah.
Who's the biggest breaker of the group?
It's probably me. I would say. But I think it's only because I see these guys' faces. Like if it was like people I don't know, it would be okay. But like I was laughing the entire first half of this episode because I saw Larry's face like this, and I just couldn't keep it in. So imagine that, like while we're trying to film Tales, right? It's just impossible.
That's fair. All right, should we pay bills now, and then we'll have a good finish to
pay those bees.
Pay those bills. I want to talk to you guys about our newest brand partner. That is BetStamp. Today's podcast, this RADztable, is brought to you by the BetStamp app, which is helping thousands of people win at sports betting for free. The same way travelers use Google Flights or Expedia to find the best prices, bettors can now use BetStamp to do the same. When you place a bet, the odds given by a sportsbook will determine how much you can possibly win. Even when betting on the same outcome, different sportsbooks will offer varying payouts, and these differences can be huge. Thankfully, BetStamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all sportsbooks. You can click on any matchup and instantly see all the different odds for game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the simplest way to find an edge in sports betting and maximize your chances of winning long term. On average, BetStamp users win an extra $1,000 plus yearly just by this line shopping feature. You can find the BetStamp app on the Apple Store, the Google Play Store, or through your browser at www.betstamp.app. That is www.betstamp.app. To access all these benefits, sign up using the promo code you see right in the middle of your screen right there, Love Wrestling, and start your journey to successful sports betting today. If you forget to use the code upon sign up, you can always enter our code in your BetStamp account settings afterwards. So please go check out our friends over at BetStamp on the Apple Store, the Google Play Store, or at www.betstamp.app.
Killed it. And then, sorry guys, I have to do this. It's per boss. Please understand that I have to do my job. But right after us at 9 o'clock Eastern, we've got Quizplex with Little Mean Kathleen taking on Matt Viviani to try to take down Jack Pride, the champion of Quizplex and your scrambled champion in LPW. I'm sorry, guys.
Yep, and that is for a good cause as well. It is to raise money for the Saving Grace Animal Society as well. Wanted to throw that in there.
You can say that in the public chat, Rich. I want him to do the same.
You can root for whoever you want to win that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm thinking of. I'm honestly,
the soothing tones.
I'm honestly thinking about just clipping out your ad read and playing it on other shows.
I have offers. I should be doing voiceover work throughout all of it. I think.
I agree.
I have off. But we spend a big budget on this show, so I don't think Spencer wants to
keep expanding the budget. This is a costly venture tonight,
Okay.
but he allowed it.
So
he wants peace. He wants us to try to, at least, if we're not going to leave here, best of friends, at least we leave here in a better place than we were an hour ago.
About 45 minutes, and I'm not going to lie, this has been very enjoyable.
It's delightful.
Very enjoyable.
Larry's asleep. Busted.
Be Larry.
Listen, he was just in Vegas. If anybody's allowed, he was in Vegas. You know?
You're the last Larry, baby. You're the last Larry.
Larry's taking shit.
I did want to bring it up, and it is what it is. We have about 10 minutes or so left in the show. Obviously, what happened? So moving forward, you guys have been going on through a little bit. We've talked about it when you guys popped on last week. A little bit of a slump lately, for the most part, and then the wrestlers' court stuff and all that stuff. So, looking forward, how are you guys feeling about what the future holds, and what does the future hold for the Rads? You can go one by one. Whoever wants to.
I think the future is brighter than ever for the Rads as an entirety. And we're at the top of our games individually. We're at the top of our games as a team. Everybody here is finally getting that opportunity and that chance to be in the spotlight. And that's what we've been talking about since we formed the Rads back last May of 2022. The whole point of this was to help elevate us, to put us in the same light as the top guys around Western Canada and in the bigger scene of indie wrestling. And individually, you can look at Larry, Mitch, Rich, and TY. They're all in positions right now in every promotion they work for where they're at the top of the card or this far from it if they're not. That's a huge improvement from where we were a year and a half ago. Even for me, I've been able to do so much because of the Rads and because of Tales from the Undercard and all these things. It's expanded my career in the business as well. I think we're all at the top of our games yet. And I see that expanding for everybody. It's actually a really great time to be Rad.
All right. Pluggo just disappeared.
Bye, Pluggo.
He's back. Just gone, hey?
No, he's
back. So I say one nice thing.
You were saying something nice. Pluggo's like, I'm out of here, man.
I'm out disrespect.
Yeah, Pluggo, I hate everything. And the
sorry. No.
Didn't want to hear it.
I did. I'm genuinely enjoying myself tonight. That was a fat finger move on my part. It was an accident, I promise. I wouldn't listen. If I didn't want to hear what you had to say, I wouldn't leave. I would just grab a book and read while you talked. That's my move.
Is that what you're doing?
So
I think the biggest thing for us,
the
biggest thing for us that comes from this group is the fact that we are this group. We are like, the big thing about our group is it's a friendship. No matter what other groups talk about, the Fast and Furious lingo that we're family or whatever. We are friends, we're the good guys in the fact that we stand up for our friends. And no matter what our setbacks are, our greatest steps forward always come from, disappointments and setbacks. But we always step forward as a group together.
I like that. I get behind that.
I love that.
Just to add to that, like if most groups went through the stuff that we went through, they'd be bickering at each other, fighting with each other. There'd be like some separation. There'd be some like beef, and like there's nothing. Like the first thing we thought of is how are we gonna move forward? We, not I. We, right? Yeah. It's a group. So listen, I was down horrendous a couple weeks ago. All right, I was a little less down bad last week. I'm still kind of down bad this week, but with these guys, and it sounds cliche, but with these guys by my side, like the down badness just keeps getting lower, and now it's going to be down upness. You know what I mean? New lingo. Hashtag TY speaks. Let's go down.
Hashtag TY speaks, people.
So, like, even just to add to all that too, like, we've been a close knit group for quite some time now, and none of us have changed one bit. We've only kind of grown. Like the whole friendship and everything, we've only grown even closer, and that's it. None of us are trying to backstab each other. None of us are trying to like take the spotlight from anyone else. We're just here as a close-knit group, as the best. These are the best friends that I have in pro wrestling. Like, I'd go to, I'd take a bullet for every single one of you guys. So I mean, like, it's very rare sometimes to find that in pro wrestling. Sometimes you look at all the old stories and all of that, how like Hogan and Macho, like they were good friends, and then all of a sudden egos got involved, and guess what? That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Us, we're never going to have that because we are truly best friends.
Will you guys freebird the LPW Scramble Championship if one of you wins it?
10,000.
Are we allowed to?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the boss's call.
I will say this: I do listen when you guys come on. And TY said last week that if one rad wins the title, you all win the title. So will we see just a free bird? That would be kind of cool, Spencer. If you're listening, I mean, we're giving you these ideas for free.
You think we can cut it up into 6 pieces? We all get like equal pieces.
I did want to. We have. You could do that. You could do that. Is that what tag?
Speaking of which, you're gonna do it.
We have a comment in the chat from Jack Pride.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He says, sad rad summer forever.
I'm surprised he can spell.
Forever. That was Pride. That's
because Jack can't spell.
It's funny.
Well, that's great.
If you look back into the archives of Tales from the Undercard, which Rich shared last night, I think it was, you can see Jack Pride beating the absolute shit out of Marsa Specialist. And we were
on multiple occasions.
Multiple occasions. So quite frankly,
but was it Reed Matthews?
Are
you sure it wasn't Reed Matthews?
I can't.
Hard to tell.
It was out in the sun, which Mars the Specialist is not allowed to go out in the sun. So
That's a wise observation.
But anyways, we've been a group for longer than they've even thought about being a group. You know what I mean? Like we've been together for the longest time. So I don't think he can come here with this little group that he just formed 2 months ago and act like they have anything. Like they have nothing. All right.
We're the top group. It's like, how many championships do you have? You got one Scramble championship, and that just came out. We have the challenge champion, former challenge champion Mitch Clark. We have the former tag team champions, first ever
LPW Grand Champion
and the LPW champion T.Y. Jackson. So who runs LPW? Who knows? But we're not just a one promotion wonder, baby. We're all over the map. We've won championships every single promotion we've ever been on. It might sound like being cocky, but when we say we come to touch tips, shake hips, and win championships, it's not just a catchphrase. It's what we do everywhere. You can go on Cage Match and check it out. Every single promotion, we've won championships.
That's true. This is true.
I got Cage Match open right now. Literally, it's like our titles are. That's wild.
We're running out of time. So, what else do you guys want to know?
I do have one. Mitch has to go. He just messaged us that he's got to get back to business, getting ready for things. Now, this is where I think we can all common ground. We've all in this group here been yelled at by Spencer in person. How did you guys feel about that? It's a wild scene to get Spencer so fired up that he decided to throw all of you into a Scramble Championship next week. Like, tell the people at home that don't know what that's like to be there in the moment, what that's like. It's rough.
Well, Spencer's usually a quite bubbly person, you know. He has a great, happy personality, and we like to poke the bear, you know. And I think he finally snapped. Which wasn't a nice sight, but you know what? If there's one good thing that came out of his outrage is that we have a chance to become co-Scramble champions. So if that's what it takes, then we might just poke the bear again.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is kind of funny that our biggest thing we do here is poke the bear, aka Spencer, weekly, and that's what you guys do. I don't know why we can't just coexist. Maybe we could put all this behind us. And it could be between two beards and the RADz just making Spencer's life interesting, I'll say. I don't want to say miserable because we're awesome.
Yeah, and face. And very face.
Very face, yes.
Clearly we're all the good guys here. Clearly.
Yeah.
Wait, Spencer was yelling?
Oh.
You were Larry's slow in real life too. It's not just
you were still crying from the testimony.
This is in court. This is in court, Larry.
Yeah, Larry, remember?
This is after court.
Forget about that.
Oh no!
Oh
no! We made it 54 minutes.
Look at the bald spot showing too. Look at the bald spot.
No.
I bet it's
Bert.
Larry, show the ball spot to the cam.
No.
Yeah, show the people the spot.
Oh,
There it is.
Oh,
Sun is
Oh,
shining. Sun is shining. Moon's out.
my eyes.
It's all right.
Shines
all right.
bright like a bald spot.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
we
like
got
an
done.
easy button at Staples. You just slap it.
That was
Fixes
easy.
your problems.
That was Larry.
That was easy.
We have Love Wrestling saying, I like to think I'm an okay guy, so I'm assuming that's
That's
Spencer back there this time.
Uh,
Yeah, you're a swell cat, Spencer. We have Dustin also saying, Between Two Beards has always loved the Rads, seeing as they have them in the intro to the show several times.
Yay.
Okay,
That is a fact. That is objectively a fact.
I got to cut you guys off because we only got a couple minutes here, and there's something. The whole point of why I wanted to come on here, and I think the rest of the Rads want to come on here. I got to address the elephant in the room here. Is that like I understand that the Rads we've been a piece of shit. Like we were bad guys, but we're not anymore. And what I'm trying to get at is I am sorry, Pluggo, for all of the horrible things that I have done to you, and you mostly did not deserve it.
That wasn't even a super chat.
I think that was Pluggo. I think that was
I'm sorry too, Ben.
I think
Oh, this guy's.
Oh, Lawrence is here. Lawyer's back. What happened?
Also for stealing their gimmick. Let's just be clear how this all started.
Wow.
I mean, you can also say that part.
You're pushing your luck. You're pushing your luck. You're pushing your luck. Okay.
You haven't been here.
Why would you just jump in and say that?
Was that Lawrence? Boot
We
Spencer.
were close. We were
Lawrence,
so
you're gone.
close to just
Spencer, get him. Thank you. Thank you,
Why
Spencer.
are
He's
we
gone.
going-
I'm out of here.
that was actually me. I booted him.
Okay,
One
not
step at a
give
time.
Spencer the
One
credit.
step at a
Anyway.
time.
Listen, we were making. Hold on, Pluggo. Did you apologize back to Ben?
Ben, I would also like to.
I get it. You don't have to.
I will. Hey, we took offense to the sparkler gimmick, and that's where it all started. Lawrence isn't wrong there, and it got out of hand. You guys, I'm willing to give you a chance here. Let's work together. Let's build this up. Like I said last week, I would love to have Rich. You come on. You want to talk some football? Ty, we got to figure out our thing. It can't be that we all think about JPJ while we're sleeping. Larry, we'll watch Transformers, and Ben, we'll go short shopping.
No, we're damn right. We'll talk about some. Where are
If
you
those
from?
shorts
Do you like
get in,
local
I
wrestling?
like-
We'll talk about it.
I do like local wrestling. I do like independent wrestling. I have a show on Saturday mornings. I talk about local
Lizard
independent
thing
wrestling.
to say.
Larry's really going to
Like
take shit.
local wrestling? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pooping now.
Larry's
No,
going
did
outside.
all that.
Oh,
Is he home? Larry's
Listen.
back.
Oh yes, those are.
Oh no, those are his
Yes.
Vegas collection.
We are 2 minutes in, 2 minutes left until this next edition of Quizplex, which is a stacked edition of Quizplex. But ultimately, like I said, if we don't leave here as best of friends, I'd like to think that we at least made some ground in getting towards the goal of you guys being faces, us, not specifically me, not so much JPJ being as mean on the social medias, I should maybe ease it up a little bit. And I can do that. As long as we're going to work together. I can't believe that collection is real. Who is that?
Of course it's real.
And then, Pluggo show on Saturday mornings. Oh, come on.
You're making
Blair,
enemies.
with
We do,
Blair.
again,
we do
Pride.
it together. I'm about to plug it.
This is from Jack.
Fuck you, Jack.
Eat
Pride.
shit, Jack.
Jack
All right,
Pride,
that's fair.
go
Screw
do
you,
that thing
Pirate
that I
King.
got. One
Why
time
don't
I
you go
got banned
touch
from
Pride?
Twitter for telling him to jump off a bridge, but I stand by it.
Find the black pearl, bitch.
That man is a human pirate.
Jack and Pride, they can both kiss my butthole.
All right,
Period.
fair. That's a lot.
Each cheek.
That's a lot.
No.
Does he have a
Oh, the hole.
hole on each?
Both holes.
I'm dying.
Larry,
I saw quite a bit of it on Tales from the Undercard. Those shorts, those were almost a thong, Ben.
yeah,
really
you know,
brought
it's
up-
weird how they get shorter every match. Strange how that
That's
happens.
crazy. I personally would like to thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, this was
For being here.
therapeutic.
Hey, I
I think
want to.
it was. We learned some history of the Rads. We talked about some cool stuff that maybe some people in the chat might not have known. I thought you guys, again, you can see how in sync you are. You all were talking, about, it was just very cool how it went back and forth between the whole gang. It was very cool to learn. We learned some stuff today. I think.
I don't even think we're going to use the
you guys
stew
have
outro
You guys
today.
have always seemed to like me, so I appreciate that.
Damn right.
Great,
But-
JPJ.
I think moving forward, I think this is something that we can have a good time and not be at each other's throats.
I had fun today.
Did you guys have fun?
I did too.
I agree.
Okay. So maybe we can keep
Thank you
it
for having
going.
us,
We
guys.
Keep
have
it
you
going.
guys
We'll
on.
try it again. Periodically, we'll keep having you on. We'll make amends here. Here we go. But we got 10 seconds. Tell everybody where you can find you real quick because we got like 15 seconds. Go.
It's all
Rich,
under
go.
my thing.
Oh, go right there. You can find us.
Okay, you can find us on YouTube at Tales from the Undercard. You can find us all on Twitter. Ben's at Judge Referee Ben. You got TY at something or TY Jackson. You got Rat Lumberjack over here, and you got RK Wrestling right here. You can follow my personal trainer, Rich, at RK Athletics 1. And you can find us all on Instagram, same shit, same place.
You can find me Saturday morning, 10 o'clock on 4 Exposure with Blair right here on this channel. You can find me at _. You can find us at Between Two Beers with the show page. JPJ, go.
Geezy's
Tales from the Undercard. News one shop tomorrow.
You can find me Thursday nights with Pluggo, Between Two Beards. You can find me Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. with Drew, doing Firmly AEW. Quizflex is coming up next. Gentlemen, thank you again for joining us. This was pleasant. I enjoyed it very much.
I hope Jack Pride loses.
There you go. All right, we'll see you all next week. Peace out.
Peace.
Bye.
Hey there, Plugo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. Get a grip. You have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you Two Beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans. Watch